Hey guys, and welcome to my tutorial on how to make an automatic minecart loading system. Basically, I came up with this design on my own, and I'm not very good at redstone or compacting, so I'm pretty sure people can even make improvements to this design. But basically, I didn't even bother checking what kind of minecart loading systems exist before creating this, simply because I wanted to challenge myself with coming up with a design of my own. Now, what you would need this for is probably automatic item transportation systems between bases or between the overworld and the nether and so on. And you would want to, what you would want to happen is that as soon as the minecart gets completely full, it would then automatically depart to its next destination. So, I broke it down into its three basic components, and in this tutorial I'm going to explain both how it works and a difficulty I came up with while coming up with this design and how I overcame it. And the difficulty is probably some kind of bug, though I'm not really sure, and I'd like people in the comment section, if you guys understand it, to explain why it happens. So, let's start at the beginning. What happens is, a minecart would get into this loading system, right? And items from these hoppers would then fill the minecart, and then as soon as the minecart gets completely full, the system detects that and automatically sends the minecart to its next destination. So the first component is obviously the loading system and release system. So what happens is, this is the first component, right? So first of all, this piston, oh sorry, it's supposed to be retracted. Okay, first of all, this piston gets pushed as soon as the minecart is full. Then this one gets pushed with a detector rail underneath it that you can see over here that's being powered by this minecart with items in it. Then this second piston that pushes the detector rail gets retracted first. Then the first piston gets retracted last, and then the minecart gets sent to its destination. I just made it loop around for convenience, just so you can see what's going on. Now, what's happening here is that there's no block over here, so that the minecart can drop as soon as the pistons retract. Now I'm going to explain the difficulty I came up with. As you can see, this redstone comparator, excuse me, this redstone comparator is being powered by the power rail once it detects that there's items in the minecart. If I take them out, it gets unpowered. Now, here is the problem or bug that I found and managed to overcome, and I'll show you soon how. Okay, so this piston extracts first, then this one pushes the detector rail with the minecart. But keep in mind, for some reason, even though the minecart is not behind this block and that there's no detector rail over here, for some reason this comparator is still being powered. And I'll show you soon why it is a problem. And the way I overcame it is also pretty simple. I don't even know why I put the block there, but basically the solution is to not have a block there in the first place. So let me show you how it works again. Okay, this one retracts, then this one. So there's items in the minecart, but if I put the comparator over here, and then I do the thing, now it's unpowered, which is what I wanted to happen. Okay, so this is basically the first component. It's pretty simple to understand. Now, the second component generally controls the pistons retracting and pushing. So what I need to happen is that this piston would get pushed first, then this one retracts first, and then the first one retracts last. So this is the circuit that I use to make that happen. It's pretty simple, and it uses redstone delay. This repeater has a delay of 2 ticks. This one has 4 ticks, and this is basically the input the input repeater that you would find over here. This one over here. And the final component in the final component, this repeater would be over here. So, uh, what happens is, when you power it, as you can see, this one pushes it first. This one gets pushed, then this one gets retracted, and then this one gets retracted. So as you can see, this is what happens. And it simply uses redstone delays, even though I'm pretty sure that there's a more simple circuit that you could do to make that happen. But I'm not really good at redstone, so I'm gonna leave that to you guys. Now, the third component, like I said, is simply to detect when the minecart is completely full. So, as you notice, even if I take out a single item out of this minecart with a hopper, this repeater is not being powered anymore because the signal is not strong enough. But as soon as the last item gets in, this repeater gets powered, and for that you need 15 redstone behind the comparator. The redstone gets stronger as more items get added into the minecart, which happens in the loading system. So these are the basic components for it, and this is the whole device. Now, this would be the input where the minecart gets into the system, and this is the output where the minecart gets sent to its next destination. Now, for now, this would be the destination where the minecart reaches. So, right now, as you can see, this minecart has no items in it. But it gets sent into the system. And now, as you can see, slowly by slowly, the items get transported into this minecart. Now, let's follow it all the way. The redstone signal is going to get stronger as more items get added into the minecart and eventually reach this repeater over here. Now, let's see that happen. Maybe even let's help it happen a little faster. There we go. As you can see, it now gets sent to its next destination, and it gets unloaded into this hopper over here. So, I think it's a pretty simple design, but it could be simplified even more, I assume, and I hope you guys like my design. It's pretty useful, since it doesn't require any complicated redstone systems, or using bud power, or anything like that. And it's also pretty resource friendly. I mean, you could ignore most of these powered rails, obviously, and so forth. And it's pretty resource friendly. Now, if anybody could tell me why when there's a block and then a comparator, the comparator stays powered. I have absolutely no idea why that happens. Let me try to recreate it again. Okay. Now, once this gets pushed over, this is still powered. I have no idea why this happens. So, I'm waiting for you guys' answers in the comment section, and I hope you have an excellent day.